Mafia 2. Game published in 2010 and is still playable even today with the normal graphics. And in this video you will find out why Mafia 2 ended so bad and why actually it is a game with lost potential. So let's go.
Hey Giuseppe, nice to see you again.
Mafia 1 ended up as a really great game, so it looked like it has to be another part. So the game developer Illusion Softworks started to work on Mafia 2. It was 2004 and they planned to go for next gen console, which was PS2 and Xbox. But with Mafia 2 they had too many plans, which means that they had to delay the game. So the game, instead of publishing it in 2006, they plan to actually make it in 2007 or 2008. We actually don't know every complication that happened, but what we know is that there were some problems, especially with the publisher of the game, because the game developer was Illusion Softworks, but the publisher was 2K. As a note, I would add that 2K wasn't the publisher of Mafia 1, it was the publisher only of Mafia 2 and also Mafia 3. But this isn't so important. The biggest problem started when 2K was actually angry because they wanted to publish finally the game. We're talking about the year 2009. And that year, 2009, Dan Vavra left the team. He was the original scriptwriter of Mafia 2, but we actually didn't see his whole story because it was actually cut. And now we go for the point why it is so unfinished game and it has so many cut content. 2K wanted to publish a game finally because they wanted some money and the game had some potential, but the problem was it wasn't so playable. Yes, it was playable to some point, but what wasn't playable was whole decisions, story and all of this stuff. And this means that there were many cutscenes, there were many side missions and many functions that we don't have in the game because it was so much cut. And the developers had to give up on so many things and they only had to make a game playable that you can for a few hours play a game, have some great story and just enjoy. And the game actually looks like this. Even when you play the game you like it. But what was the problem was only one thing. The game was so short. If you just think about how long it was in development, how many decisions and all of this stuff had to be in the game and how many expectations you could have. Let's be honest, Mafia 2 has so many great details and I actually love the game, but what I have to be honest much more is that it was actually a really short game and this is something that hurts the game the most. And we got some DLC where you can play some missions and all of this stuff, but let's be honest, it's not so great. So the game was published in 2010, which was actually a celebration for 2K, but the problem was still that the game was unfinished. Combat system, great atmosphere, and driving, shooting and missions are great, even the story is great. At least in the beginning. The end isn't so great, and yes, maybe it's some little spoiler, but don't worry, you will enjoy the game. So yes, we could have 4 endings, we could have more characters, and we could even buy a car. Now we just can only steal a car. Is Mafia 2 unfinished and with a lost potential? I totally agree. But is Mafia 2 really bad game? I don't think so. So if you like this video, you should consider about like and subscribe to our channel Layery Facts. Thank you and goodbye.